Austin has, fantastic neighborhoods. Each one has their own personality. But I also think that kind of our outlying newer neighborhoods are often overlooked, and they're amazing. The amenities, the houses you can get, the proximity to downtown is really manageable if you work downtown. So neighborhoods like located in Bee Cave, Lakeway, there's little subdivisions like Belvedere is one of my favorites. It's got a real hill country feel to it. And without traffic, you're only 35 minutes from downtown. I also love Rimrock, which is a neighborhood. All the homes are on acre home sites in Dripping Springs School District. The architecture, the construction is really high quality.
Some of the best neighborhoods to live in Austin are Terrytown, just because it's really close to downtown. It has great schools. I also like 78704, which is just south of downtown. It has really great proximity to parks and the lake, and there's a million restaurants you can go to. And then I'll also have to say Northwest Hills, because that's where I live with my family.
It was really fun living downtown. I lived downtown before we had my son, and we were like newly married, and we would, walk across the street and go to brunch and just do all of this stuff, and we were so free. So that was really fun. That was a really fun time.
Hyde Park, I love Hyde Park area. I love South Austin, kind of near like South Congress area, and over off of South Lamar Boulevard. There's a lot going on over there. It's just, there's a ton of restaurants, there's a ton of bars that you can go to, pretty walkable. You could ride your bike if you wanted to downtown. I love the style of the houses in those neighborhoods, and just the convenience.
My top three would be Terrytown, where I live now. It's just a great area, right? Mozart's and Hula Hut are right there on the lake. It's a great place to go work or just hang out. Beautiful trees everywhere. You're right next to downtown, but you're also kind of set apart. I do love Travis Heights as well, and I lived there for a while, and Hyde Park probably. So all kind of near Central or downtown, but they're all different. Why they're so cool is they're all different in their own way. You kind of know where you are when you're there, because Travis Heights has its own eclectic way about it, as does Hyde Park. But they're all great.
So my top three would probably be the Crestview neighborhood, which is north central Austin. I lived there for a time right after I moved here, and I love the eclectic vibe a bit. I love the location. The whole area has really grown up with lots of restaurants and lots of activities and things to do. I would say my second favorite, I gotta give a shout out to the neighborhood where I live, which is Circle C Ranch out in Southwest Austin. We moved out there in 2009, so we've been out there for quite a bit of time. I love its position in the city, 15 minutes from downtown, 15 minutes from Dripping Springs, 20 minutes from Driftwood. So we kind of get a good mix of being able to go into the city or go outside the city into the hill country and do fun things like go to distilleries and vineyards and hit Fredericksburg or Luckenbach if you want to. So we're in a really good spot out there. I would say probably my third favorite neighborhood, and it's kind of large. I love driving around Westlake Hills and looking at homes in Westlake Hills. I love the closer in Westlake and then the further out Westlake all the way to Lake Austin. Those are my top three favorite neighborhoods in Austin.
My favorite three neighborhoods in Austin are ones that I've lived in. So of course it's Allendale, because I live there now. I've been there since 2012. It's got the best of both worlds. So it's very close to downtown, but it's also got a very residential feel. However, you could still walk to an Alamo Draft House if you wanted to, or a little grocery store called Fresh Plus is really close. The library's super close. I also like Crestview for those same reasons. I've lived there as well. And then also downtown Austin, because it's got everything and you feel like you're living in the Big Apple without being in the Big Apple.
Well, I'll tell you my favorite zip codes. And my favorite zip codes are for myself and my family is 78704, 78703, and 78731. Each of them have opportunities to live in a neighborhood, a quiet neighborhood, but with easy access to hiking trails, to Lady Bird Lake, to wonderful restaurants, to live music. So there's just so many opportunities to have a very diverse lifestyle and still be getting the benefits of both a more suburban area and urban heart of the city.